I'm just gonna get my phone in here. Okay, so this is my traditional kind of card using reds and greens for Christmas this year. And I just want to show you how quick and easy it is to make using the bundle with the Leaves of Holly stamp set from Stamping Up this year. So this is using the Leaves of Holly stamp set. The greetings that I used on this card were either the season's greetings or the Christmas wishes, which I stamped in real red. And then the die set that I used, this I'll show you in a moment. I cut this out, which is this piece here. It's all in one. And then there is actually, this is what I used for the words to layer on top out of the basic white. And in there is also this little die, which I used to cut out the green leaves on this one. And then a couple of the other ones I used was gold. There's gold glittering behind there. So that's how I cut it out. I was showing this to someone and they thought I fussy cut those leaves. And I was like, no, there's a die for that. So that's kind of the die in the stamp set. So I'm just gonna put away. The designer series paper that I was using was the Boughs of Holly from this holiday mini. And then the ribbons that I used were the gold, real creative title there for this one, as well as, well, this one's gold too. It doesn't have the name. It doesn't have the name on them here. I'll just grab the catalog. So you know me, I love gold. Love gold and Christmas. So specific names were the golden vanilla. That's one kind of a little bit more see-through. And then the shimmer ribbon. This was the golden and vanilla, and then the shimmer gold ribbon, both labeled apparently as gold by Stampin' Up. Okay, so I'm gonna put this kind of at the top and you can see that. So if you're wondering about color combinations, this one I used shaded spruce as the dark green background, and then real red. This is real red at the top. This one is cherry cobbler background, and then layered on top is shaded spruce. And then this one is real red background, layered on with garden green. So I have one here to show you. And I'm going to show you my paper saving technique. So the base of the card, this one I'm going to show, it's like the real red, like the bottom one here. Regular card size, so 8.5 inches, 5.5 inches by 8.5, so a piece of cardstock cut in half. Now I took and I cut this front piece out of the piece that's going to be layering on, because then it's going to be covered up by designer series paper and you're never going to see it. It saves a little bit of paper. Gotta like, I'm just going to quickly take your pick tool and just punch out these little bits. It's come out actually quite easily. Wasn't in lock mode. So when I did run these through on my Big Boss, I did run each of them through twice. Like, so I'd run it like forward and then back, but they did actually cut out quite nicely. And it's kind of nice that I thought from a die perspective that it has your holly as well as kind of a background for your sentiment all in one. And I thought too, like, the other bonus of doing that kind of like paper saving technique is that it makes all of your paper coordinate, stretches everything a little bit. So it's just like bonus upon bonus, right? And it's not so big that you have to really, I just popped it in the middle of the paper, but it wasn't like you could go over a few inches this way or that way. Okay, so there, everything is popped out. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to flip this over. Very important to flip it over. Here's my gold leaves that I'm going to glue on just like so. so that it shows through. So I'm going to just use some white multi-purpose glue to do that. Put a few drops. Now I just do like little dots of white glue, kind of in the bigger portions of the leaf. It's very important to have made sure that you tip that over backwards, else this will not work. Glue that on there and just hold it for a few seconds to dry. Okay, I'm just going to set that aside to dry. Meanwhile, I already have my card folded in half. And like you said, so you can see here, I'm going to put adhesive around the edges to glue this on. And there's still lots of room in the border. You get good adhesion to your front base. The green piece here is 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches. And then the designer series paper is 5 inches by 3 3/4 of an inch. And I glue that on the front. Like so. Okay, so thought I had some wishes. Okay, so I'm going to now grab this piece. And now I'm just going to use some white glue again. And I am going to put a couple of dots kind of on this outer piece just to make sure that it sticks down well. That's partially why I didn't use dimensionals, is just because you can't dimensionalize that little bit of a cutout and it's floppy. Isn't that pretty with the gold? Just like gives it so much bling. And in all honesty, it's like easy to cut it out, easy to glue it on. Perfect. Okay, so that's on there. Then I showed you this cutout piece, and I just used a couple of dimensionals. My S didn't come out perfectly with my stamping. I'd redone it, fallen on the floor. Okay, so I'm going to pop a couple dimensionals on the back of my Christmas wishes. And then just put it on the front like that. And then last but not least, put my little bow in the corner. Grab a glue dot. And voila. Super cute, right? For Christmas. Now the inside, I do have a white sheet of paper. And like that. And then last not but least, I'm going to put a little pocket in here to make it a gift card holder. So this is actually, it's called the Pocket Die framelit set. And I do love it. It does fit like a standard sized gift card. And it's all, when you run it through the die set, it looks like this, and it's already pre-scored. So I'm just going to like, and you can make it that you can fold it. It doesn't matter which way you throw it through the dies. If I decide that I wanted it to go the other way, it would work. So it's just a matter of deciding which side you want the designer series paper to be. So I want the holly to be facing out. So I'm going to put my adhesive on this side. So I am using the tear and tape just to give it a little bit more strength, but you could always just use the white Tombow glue too, or adhesive. Just be careful with the adhesive that you're not going beyond the edges, because if you're going beyond the edges, then you might be gluing your pocket shut. Okay, so glue on adhesive on the edges, fold it over, and there you go. Cute little pocket. And then from there, just glue it into my card like so. Or if you're using directional paper, it also works to glue it in like so and to pop your gift card in there, and it fits very nicely. But doesn't that jazz it up? And even in this case, it coordinates with the exact same set of that. To cut out the pocket die, I did find that I was kind of using 6 by 6 inch paper, and you had lots of room with that. So you could even go down to like, I think it was like 5 inches by 5 inches you need for the paper. Could use cardstock to cut these out as well. The only thing is then it's going to be a little bit thicker of a product, but it would still work. So I'm not going to glue this in yet. I've been telling people that have been coming to my in-person classes that if you don't make your pocket, and then if you're not sure if you're going to make it into a gift card yet or not, simply pop it in the card, close it up, put it in your storage space for when you need that card. And then when you open it up, you can decide if you want it or if you want to save it for another card. Anyways, that's everything for this one. Have a wonderful day, ladies.